Hello, Johnson family. I'm just going to do a quick little tutorial here on operations since it's going to be a minute before we get to connect, and you'll probably be up here want to enjoy your tub. Right now I have a hose running. It's actually back siphoning because the electrician filled the water a little bit too full. We like to see that water level just below those two top jets there. So another good gauge is right below here on your waterfall. There's a little dial under here. It should not be over that dial. So we're going to go down a couple inches here. Your waterfall, you can turn on and off here. See that little thing. Got a little debris from manufacturing. Just keep that clean. For maintaining your spa, if you feel like you get a scum line here on the inside of your shell, a magic eraser is all you need. Just go along that water line and just wipe that down into the water. Is totally fine. It'll filter out. So to start the back siphon, what I did is I just hooked up the hose to the water faucet, turned it on, let the hose fill with water, and then I dropped the hose in after I turned the faucet back off. This creates a backflow. So with the backflow, you can actually turn your hose into a little vacuum. So if you get any sand or anything in here, you can just take the hose around the edge and siphon that stuff out. Or like in this case, if there's extra water, we're going to back that out. All these control valves on the ends that have bubbles are for your aeration. So when the jets are on, if you turn this on, it's going to blast more air into your hot tub through the jets, which is going to make a more invigorating massage. When you're doing your water chemical imbalance, we just recommend you turn that off. That'll be easier to test and to balance your water. You have one on each side here to the left. I'm going to turn righty-tighty to tighten those up. And then we have the same over here, more of these aeration controls. So you have one in each corner by the cup holders. So we have a nice little spider visiting us. We're going to splash that guy out. All of your jets are controlled manually as well. So you can turn them open and that will blast water through it. And if you don't want to have jets on you and someone else does while you're sharing the spa, just turn them to the right and it will reduce the flow. When you do that, you can do that on any of your seats. When you do that, it will deflect pressure to another seat. Another important thing on keeping up with your spa is these jets or jet faces, intake faces down here. You want to make sure those stay clean and clear from any pine needles or anything like that. This is where the air sucks into your plumbing and goes in through your filtration. So proper airflow is essential on hot tubs. It's the number one reason hot tubs, pumps, and heaters burn out. You will know if your circ pump is operating well if it's in a filtration cycle or heating cycle with these little bubbles are coming up through this hose or this inlet right there, outlet. I'm doing good for you guys today. So that's where your circ pump is pressing water back into the tub. That's also where the hot water will come in. This right here is your sanitizer. This is your bromine floater. We'll go through chemicals here in a minute. You just fill this up with tabs, open it up a little bit by loosening this nut here, and you could twist this open. The more of the white you see, the further open it is and the more sanitizer will get in the water. I have a low dose right now because I've actually put tabs into the filter basket to really just get it super sanitized for your guys' use. The water temperature is up to 102 currently, as they turned it on for us yesterday. Well, it's gone down to 101 because I have the lid open. So we'll go through the lid operation here in just a moment as well when we go to close it. And I did see some debris down by that circ pump as I was videoing you. So we're just going to take that hose and push it over to that far end of the side. And that's how I'm going to clean out the spa. So we're almost at the right water level. I'm going to keep that going for a minute. So we'll go over the control panel real quick. The control screen can be viewed from inside or outside the tub by hitting the flip button here. For training, I'm going to keep it this way. One thing that's really critical is when you're doing your temperature and setting, this ready, the word ready, range with the arrow pointing up toward the Clearwater Spa symbol is how you know the hot tub is not in sleep mode. If you ever have a problem trying to get your temperature up, if that arrow is pressing down, that means you've put it into sleep mode. And what sleep mode means is that it will allow you to put the hot tub down to like 80 degrees, put it into sleep, and the hot tub will not raise above 60 degrees, which is the ideal temperature for if you're not using it. Me personally, on my own hot tub, I don't let it drop below 80 because it takes so long to heat back up. It takes 3 degrees per hour to heat back up. So, let's see if we can do this where you guys can view this properly. Okay, so I'm going to flip the screen back over here. To get into that ready range mode, everything in the menu is a sequence of pressing light, temp up, and light again. And each time you press light, it'll give you more options. So if I press light, temp up, and light, you can see now my range is blinking. I can press down to put it into sleep mode, or I can press up to put it into ready range mode. That's where we want to have it right now to operate ideally. If you keep on pressing light, it will give you the options. Oh, that actually turned the light on. So we have to go back into the menu option by pressing that sequence again. And you can just scroll through here for all kinds of options. I will send you an owner manual to understand what these mean more and more. We don't usually set the time because it's not really running on anything. Lock is how you lock little kids out of it. And hold is something you guys will actually use quite frequently. So what you do is you press temp up to put it into hold mode. And you will notice here in a moment, it takes up to 30 seconds. But you'll notice the water will stop flowing over this filter weir. And it will pop up. There we go. We have now stopped. And you can see those bromine tabs I've put in there. So to access the filter, you're just going to do a nice little counterclockwise turn and pull that weir off. You're going to take your basket out and dump out any hair ties, frogs, leaves, anything collects in there. Right now we have sanitizer, so we're going to keep it in there. And then you can pull out your filter here. Pull on my sleeve here a minute. You can pull out your filter. These are just the sanitation pieces, so that's fine. That's not going to hurt your plumbing or anything. And you're going to want to pull out your filter once every couple of weeks, and you're going to take a high pressure nozzle and you're just going to spray out in between these pleats any debris buildup. Your filter should last up to 4 months. Discoloration on the outside does not mean the filter is bad. What you're going to look for is inside this filter, in between these pleats, if there's a good line of brown grease building up in there about the width of your pinky, then you know it's time to change your filter. I'm pretty good about keeping up with customers, reminding you guys every 4 months to change out your water and change your filters. It is a service we offer as well. So you can put that back in there after you rinse it once every 2 weeks. A weekly is ideal, but 2 weeks is your max in between taking care of your water sanitation and cleaning your spa. The basket sits right back down in there. If it does not fit snugly, the filter is not all the way down, so you want to make sure they're maneuvered correctly. To put the weir back on, you're just going to kind of twist it into place until you feel it kind of snug against the shell. And then you're going to do a nice little clockwise turn. It'll snap into place. To get it back out of hold, you're going to press arrow up. So when you guys get here, one thing you're going to want to do is come in here and access your menu. And my assistant here, I'm going to get back into the set time mode. Chase, can you tell me what time it is?
It is 9:32.
Okay. We're going to go back into set time, which you'll see the word set.
It is 9:33. My time may be inaccurate.
Okay. So we're going to go up to 9 o'clock. We're going to press light again to get over to the minutes. And it's 9:30 what?
9:33.
Okay, we're going to put 9:35. So if you guys need to edit this to correct time, you can, and you press OK. That brings us back to the main menu. So I have the time set now on your top side. The heat is lighting up because I have the temperature actually set right now to 102. So the spa is registering that it's cooling off. So that heater is going to kick on when it's heating back up. So you can go back into your filtration cycles now by pressing that sequence temp, light, temp up, and light. And you can go into your filter settings here. Press arrow up to select it. And we're going to begin at 8 o'clock. I'm going to lock that in, lock the minutes in. And I want to run that for 2 hours. Okay, I'm going to select that one and select it again. That is for filter 1. That's going to end at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Filter 2 now, we're going to set. And we're going to do, this is now PM. You'll see a P and an A in the corner. We're going to do this one 10 p.m. And we're going to run it for 2 hours. So it should run till midnight now. So this will reset back to the main screen here in a minute, to the main menu. And so now your filtration cycle is going to run for 2 hours. Our water level is where we want it, so I'm going to pull this hose out. It's going to run for 2 hours, 8 a.m., 2 hours at 10 p.m. You can change those filter settings to run better times, but that's how you access that control panel to be able to do that. If you notice your water's having a hard time keeping clear, you may want to increase that to 4 hours. It's all contingent on use. Hot tub, everything you do with hot tubs, cleaning and everything has to do with how much you're using it. So, the next thing we're going to go through before we start water care, which will be on a different video here in a moment, is your cover lift bar. You can see it's slid underneath. We don't like to drill into the cabinets. We want to protect that. So the cover actually hangs on the bar like so. You can literally manually do it one hand. Just pull it down just like this. And you're going to flip the cover back up and over for the hot tub. Make sure that everything's lined up correctly. There are back straps here where you buckle your hot tub. Do not forget that you have locked the back of the hot tub, because when you go to open that up, they'll rip these buckles off and you'll break them. And so that can get pretty pricey replacing them. There are cross straps you can look on Amazon for your hot tub that go right down the middle. You can screw them to the cabinet here just like these clips are, and that will just give you an extra layer of protection from the winds up here on your hot tub. I'm going to leave these unclipped because we'll be opening it back here in a minute. And the same thing with your front clips. You want to make sure you have these unclipped. Now, if you prefer to lock them, we have left you a little key. You can lock that. Once they're clipped, you could turn this lock right here to the left, and it will secure it from anybody getting in there. Or again, a cross strap with a combo lock is another way to keep people out of your hot tub, if that's a concern up here. Flip the cover back over the bar like so to open it, and you can just press it back open. Easy peasy.